Okay, here we are today with the crew from Czarnowski. So nice to have you guys here. Please introduce yourselves before we get started.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Amanda. My name is Stephanie Sanchez, Vice President of Account Services here at the Czarnowski Collective.
And I'm Jeff Turton. I'm our National Vice President of Operations.
And hi, I'm Sarah Shively. I am an account manager with Czarnowski.
Fantastic. And I'm Amanda with ALSD, everyone. If you've seen a couple of these before, you know now that we are doing a series called My Mile High Why. Now, those of you that know ALSD well know that our conference is taking place next summer, June 21 to 23 in Denver. And so we've determined the plethora of people that live there, work there, play there have to tell us why Denver. So we started this series to interview the experts, and that's what we're going to do today. So I mentioned before that our conference next summer is in Denver. And you guys happen to have an incredible studio, office, warehouse where these dreams come to life for these brands. What are some of the coolest projects that have come out of the Denver studio specifically?
Well, when you come see us, you'll see an actual size helicopter stored
I've
front and
seen it.
center of yes, of our production floor. This was a really fun project for our team. They really brought to life. It was a promo for a popular TV series. The activation itself was VR, but the helicopter and the other scenic elements were really for the other attendees who were waiting to experience the VR environment. So while they were experiencing the activation, the folks wearing the VR headsets actually rappelled out of the helicopter. It's truly life size, slightly oversized actually, and just a really fun part of our facility here.
We have a client that is in the agricultural construction space, and they were at CES this year, which I think they just showed up in a huge way, showing their space with top to floor LED screens of their brand story and the real life settings. And then you looked around and there was full live demos going on of their engagements and all those things. And I just thought it was a really immersive experience for the individual to come in and to really understand the brand and really see it from start to finish through everything. I just thought it was a really incredible space for them to provide for the audience.
One that I was kind of excited about that relates a little more directly to this space is we did a series of activations at the Falcons Stadium in Atlanta. Some of that came from our facility in Atlanta with some assistance from our Denver team as well. But that was really fun when we did 8 different activations in a 9-week time frame, including luxury suites, the left and right entry, big display as you enter into the stadium area. We had a F1 tie-in with a driving experience that was part of that, and some work at the club level. But that was a pretty exciting one. It was a really fun stadium to work in, really vibrant brands we were bringing to life in that space, and it was fun to execute it in that kind of quick turn time frame. And a lot of those activations are actually still in place.
Yeah, we've all seen it for ourselves too. If you attended ALSD in 2018 and then moving forward, what's been done since it's opened, all of these different activations, I think that that venue has done a really nice job of sort of reinventing itself, right? As the brands come in and out and as people want different experiences, COVID happened, in between all of that. And so getting back in there and reimagining all the different brand activations there. So congrats on that project. And I think you guys are being very humble. I've seen your studio, I've seen your work, and some of the things you walk in there and you're a kid in a candy shop. If you're a venue nerd or a brand activation nerd, I'm walking by in the studio, this humongous chopper head of Abraham Lincoln, and then a logo that's 20 feet long, and there's just all these cool things to play with, and I'm watching all of your fabricators make things in the paint room and everything else. What you do is like you said, storytelling brought to life. So I encourage anybody, if it's okay, if you don't mind me selling the studio in Denver, get out there, set an appointment to see this space. It's truly incredible. So thank you guys for sharing some of those stories. For decades, Zarnowski has been designing and engineering brand experiences for the world's most forward-thinking brands. I'd love to know, what do those forward-thinking brands have in common? How can sports venues lean into them? What are they looking for in these really creative partner activations?
Well, we've really seen a shift recently in, a lot of our clients come to us because they want to engage and connect at a deeper level with their audience. Many of them are working with more traditional approaches and want to shift into something that makes a much more meaningful and deep brand connection. So we've been leaning much more into the experiential side of that. And sports venues inherently have a great opportunity here. There's a strong event at their core, but there are a lot of opportunities to take better advantage of that downtime in that main event to provide additional engagement and really make that deeper connection with their target audience.
The commonality amongst all the brands we partner with are that they're focused on their audience or their consumer. The goal and objectives are clear with each of them. They have a message and an initiative that they really want to put out there. They're willing to take a chance. They're willing to try something new, something different to engage with their audience in a non-traditional way, to give way to their audiences, to connect through the beauty of the memory of the experiences. Sports venues can really lean into that same philosophy. The venues are and the arenas are already providing the most sought after landscape where people want to be. So, partnering with a team that layers creative strategy at every stage of the journey is key to bringing these activations to life.
Yeah, we've seen that recently. ALSD just started a corporate partnership track last year. And so we get to talk about all these fun activations and certainly how the premium experiences are blending with the partner activations, which we think is really cool. And what we've seen is exactly what you said. These brands may know how to activate themselves if it's a car dealership or an insurance company, but they then don't necessarily have the resources or the capabilities like you guys do to tell that story in a picturesque form or in an experience form within the sports venue. So I think it's really cool what you guys do is to marry those brands with either the physical or immersive activations as well. So thank you for explaining that. Let's switch over to some of the hidden gems of people who may be visiting the city, right? Like, so some of our attendees, they'll come pre and post. And in a city like Denver, where you guys have sunshine all the time and mountains and elevation that definitely humbles you. You guys all know what are these cool eats and drink spots that anybody that's coming in just can't miss, or maybe it's an art gallery. I'm sure you guys all have your favorites.
Yeah, I definitely kind of meander around the city often and try to take it in there. The Ramble Hotel in the RiNo Art District is just beautiful. They have amazing cocktails and then just a great little lounge to sit in. So I would definitely recommend that. And then there are so many places within the RiNo Art District that you can just hop around to and get a cocktail, get an appetizer, anything like that. So you can start at the Ramble Hotel. I think it's a great starting point, and then move on to the Denver Central Market or Uchi for some sushi or Corsica for some wine. So that area is my favorite for sure.
Start and end. I don't think you need to go anywhere but Ramble, it sounds like. I'm with you. Where else, guys?
Oh, it's funny. I was actually going to recommend the same area, RiNo Arts District. I mean, there's just so much in that area. You've got galleries, you've got incredible restaurants, you've got music venues, places like Hop Alley, Nocturne, more of jazz and supper club kind of place. And then you've got the Mission Ballroom right there. Lots of good opportunity in that district.
I'll start by kicking it off with RiNo as well. It sounds like we're all team RiNo here. You can't miss the artwork. They have large graffiti art murals all throughout for wonderful photo ops. But I'd be remiss not to say, go to the other side of town and check out Meow Wolf. It's a really fun visual kind of activation that really takes you through a different landscape, different experience. The building inside and out is quite spectacular and definitely worth a stop.
I've heard some good things about Meow Wolf. It's a strange name, but apparently a really cool place to go. So, and I think Uchi, somebody on one of my previous interviews may have mentioned that too. So we're going to make a list of all these places and the ones that float to the top on all these interviews.
Yeah.
But it's funny, everybody's saying somewhere different. So it's so funny. Denver has so many cool places and it's so walkable. the parks and things like that have gotten out on some good runs too. So the indoor and outdoor spaces are where it's at. So thank you guys for sharing all of this. Is there anything else in closing that we should either know about Czarnowski or you guys or Denver?
I think Denver is definitely the place to be. Like you said, the sunshine is incredible. Go on a hike, go on a walk, get lost in some forest paradise, and stop by and see us. We're on the way to the airport or downtown. We'd love to show you around. We have all different types of things that we can do, like you said, Amanda. So if it's an activation, if it's a unique experience, our teams are ready and prepared to talk creative through all layers of the journey with Czar. So come see us.